Hey everyone, Jamie Pate here, and welcome to another video. I'm going to call this one December Album 2021 Story 4. Not a mouthful at all, is it? Before I get started on what I'm going to do for my Story 4, it's not really totally a Story 4, but in a way it is, and you'll understand in a second what I mean by that. First, I just want to walk through real quick, don't have a lot of stories in here yet, but in my 6x8 album I'm using from scrapbook.com, white, just really pretty, isn't it? I'm really loving it this year. I'm loving the clean white color. So I've already shared a video of my simple intro page, and I have yet to actually put my why in here, but that's exactly where that's supposed to go. So this was my story 1, family, and kind of like family slash the why of my December album. Then story 2, I've also done a video on this, and this was our tree hunt, and this ended up being 4 pages. So this is continued full page of journaling, which I really enjoyed doing. And then I kept it simple on this side, and I just used the scrapbook.com 3x4 pocket page protector to add in some 3x4 albums. Just albums? How about photos? I just wanted some additional photos to be part of that. And then a story 3 with hidden journaling right here. I have this on my blog. I did not actually video this because it's just, again, it's the other side of the 3x4 pocket protectors, and then photos in place. And I just cut a photo here to be 2 photos, but it's actually 1. And then my hidden journaling right there. So let me show you what I have in store for story 4. For story 4, I'm just going to pull out a little bit more of the same, if that makes sense. So what I mean by that is I'm using Vicki Boutin's Warm Wishes pattern paper, and I am going to make story 4 is going to be our wishes page. Every year I try to get, no matter how old my kids are, I try to get them all to just fill out things that they wish for, favorite drinks, a couple other things. And it's in and of itself, this is what I was referring to previously. In and of itself, it is a way of documenting where these guys are right now. It's simple. It's not world changing at any means, is it? It's just for me. It's just something that I want of them to have in this year's album. So I'm going to use these nested pockets to create spaces for their tags. And I kind of have a fun idea for that. I hope it works out. So you'll see how that goes. I have also grabbed the festive, I was going to say words, but they're actually letters. I'm going to use those. There's also, somewhere along here, there's an uppercase, but I'll find that. It got lost. It took off. I might maybe use the slimline stencil. It's a snowflake stencil. I might. Haven't decided yet. And then I went ahead and grabbed the nested tags from scrapbook.com, because that's exactly what my the actual tags will be made from these dies. So I'm going to get started here. To start off, my foundation page is going to be a 7x8 sheet of cardstock, and I probably, because it's going to be holding some things, I'm probably going to back it up with a thin piece of chipboard. Then the idea is taking a couple sizes of these nested pockets. Now, I'm not going to use every size, although I kind of could, and I might actually I might just do this right here as I'm kind of thinking this out loud. I think I will. I think I'm going to make 3 pockets. I'm going to have them pop up one on the other, and they won't be this wide because this is the fold on each of them. And we'll see if I need this little one, but 3 is a good design number. So I'm going to make a decision on some pattern paper and then go ahead and cut those out. Okay, I have cut out 3 of the pockets in a couple different patterns. I liked this larger pattern here, and then this real subtle kind of tone on tone pattern here. Can you see that? I like those together, and then I thought this text would then kind of pop and connect everything together. So when you cut these pockets out, they already come scored. So they're just so easy to go ahead and fold and make ready to put on the page. And what I like to use almost every time is the 1/4 inch double-sided adhesive from scrapbook.com. It's just a pretty strong adhesive. It fits in here just perfectly. And so I'm going to go ahead and get all of these, 3 sides? with adhesive on it, and then we'll move on to the next part. Okay, adhesive is on here, and I'm just going to kind of wing this next part because I think I know how I want this to set up on my page. And the thing I was thinking, originally I was intending of doing colored tags, kind of like card tags, so that they could write on the inside, but I've obviously changed that because now I've decided to have the pockets to be patterned, and I really don't want that much pattern going on here, so I don't think I'm also going to be doing pattern tags, but that remains to be seen. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. So what you want to do is then take off that adhesive back and layer your pocket in place, and you got to kind of commit to it and use a bone folder or something of the like and brayer that down so that that adhesive just stays exactly in place. So I'm thinking that there kind of also, oh, you know what I just realized? Oh, she's a little in trouble, but it might be okay because my ring, my hole for my ring binder is going to come into here. I'm going to just be okay with it. What do you think? If I hate it, I can always augment this. We have ways to make these things work the way we want them to work. Okay, so that's what's going to happen here next. Just going to finish putting these guys in place, and that's the main gist of this page is putting in these pockets. And you could do this for like so many things. It doesn't just have to be tags, right? You could pop pictures in here. You have a whole bunch of pictures. I mean, you've heard me say it before. Everything we needed to know, we learned in kindy. And that's when all those interactive books were so important. And the things that encouraged us just to open a drawer or pull a tag. Oh, I loved those books so much. I really, really did. And so I'm thinking, and we're going to commit. And I have to think next about where I want my word wishes to go because my letters are made pretty big, but I really want them on here. So I got to give that a little bit of thought here. But isn't that great? Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. I love this. I'm glad. I love these dies. I have used them to pieces. So, all right, next part, I'm going to find a way to put our title on here. All right, so I went ahead and stayed with the lower alphabet on the festive letters. They're so beautiful. I love the whole whimsical feel of these. There's this color in the Boho Scrapbook.com's cardstock. This green here, it's been a great Christmas green for me this year. I didn't realize I was going to love it so much, but that's what I used to cut out these letters. And I'm just going to put them in place with a little bit of smart glue and probably hanging over just slightly on one side. I'm pretty happy that they fit right here. It was, like I said before, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with them, but they just make me happy. They are so beautiful. So this is going to kind of overlap a little bit over here on the edge, but then maybe not because I like them tight, but then I got a lot of that. So I'm not worried about making them straight across at all. I want to just kind of go with the flow of them in that they are very whimsical and very stylish. That's going to work. Okay, I'm going to glue those down, and then I believe we're going on to the tag making. Tags are cut. I used two different sizes, primarily because this is the tag size that was going to fit in the smaller pocket. This is a tag size here. It fits perfectly in this. This is a pretty big pocket back here, and that's okay. And I went ahead and, like kind of discussed before, decided to go ahead and cut these in white, and then I'm going to have each member fill out something on the back. I'll decide what that's going to be. And so I just want to kind of add a little bit more embellishment to this. And I just sort of grabbed this little stash of a mess here. These are just die cuts mostly that I have taken from other projects. Maybe something didn't work out or there's the negative piece. And I'm just going to kind of think through this a little bit. And I am going to also use the We Are Memory Keepers reinforcement hole punch to make that for each of these tags. And so I'm just going to speed this up and let you follow along. Okay, so this page is pretty much done. I didn't go to a lot of trouble at all on adding little tag toppers to these. Just here is from Seasonal Sketch, just a green, and this was something I just had in my stash that I snagged this too. I'd already cut this out. I think I was going to use it somewhere else, and it's now just sitting on there. I cut this star out. I actually took this glitter paper from Storyline Chapters, How Do You Swap Storyline Chapters project pad. They've got a great gold glitter paper in there, so that's where I took that from. I'd had this little tree from the Nested Tree Dies already cut and stamped. I don't know if you can see the stamping on there, and that was fun that was already done. I'm going to trim my twine down a little bit there. And then this paper is also from Vicki Boutin, and then I stamped a scrapbook.com joy on it from Christmas Sentiments, and then another star is, I hot glued that one, so it's got a little bit of pop-up going on. And I'm just going to put these back in. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and cut the hole and then add them to my Christmas binder. But that's basically what my story 4 wishes, and going to hear from everybody with this particular insert in my December daily for 2021. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all being here so very much. You have no idea. And I will see you in the next video.